gang day ritual. Run the ball like Mitchell, or you can be like Reynolds and Skipple. Give it a Johnston and you'll get triple. Pass it to Cleary, you know he'll run the pitch. Score points like Jabojevic, I'm game day fit, no need a switch. Cooking up like Cookie Man's in the kitchen. Who's that on the wing? It's Sivo. Score, try and do the Guffrino. Don't get too rowdy or too keen, or you'll end up like Hasentino. Get a 40-20 like DCE. Run the ball like hectic cheese. Support runner, that's Pappenhausen, but I still got Teddy at the SCG.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Siren podcast. Origin's back, bigger than ever. The team list has been talked about all day today, especially between us four. So today we're just going to do a quick reaction to the team list and say our thoughts on it. The debutantes, the record players to the team. We'll start off with asking the boys how they are, obviously. Lachlan, how are you doing today, mate? And are you excited for Origin?
Yeah, good. Good to be back. Good to be on another episode. We would say we're trying to be the consistent team now. But, Origin just around the corner. I think it's 10 days away, 9 days away. My first focus is Broncos on Saturday, but I'm definitely 50-50, half in Origin, half in Broncos.
Awesome. Davos, mate, obviously you're a proud Queenslander. Team list announced today. How excited were you for the team list? And what are you looking forward to most about State of Origin this year?
I was very excited when the team list came out. I was literally on my phone just trying to refresh the page, seeing when the team list would come out, but I just can't wait for Origin. It's one of the best times of the year and two quality sides going at each other, and I just love the passion that both teams show and how much care they both have for the jersey, and it's always a ripping contest when we play against New South Wales. So, I can't wait for Origin.
Absolutely. And for us, last but not least, obviously you're also a proud Queenslander yourself. We're all Queenslanders here on the podcast. We'll try and remain as unbiased as possible, but no promises. Fucking hate New South Wales. But for us, the team list, like I said to Davos, team list announced today. Without getting too in-depth about it, were there any picks that surprised you, like one specific pick at all?
There was a few picks, especially with the backline players, but look, that's what Origin is all about. It's a privilege. It's not a right. You have to earn your way into the jersey. And look, I'm keen for it. There's a few interesting changes made, but look, Billy's picked them for a reason.
Absolutely. We'll get into it quickly, boys. I'll start us off. I'll quickly read out each team list. We'll go through it really quickly, then we'll discuss it. So Queensland, Reece Walsh at fullback, Selwyn Cobbo and Murray Taulagi on the wings, Valentine Holmes and Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow in the centres, Cameron Munster, Daly Cherry-Evans in the halves. Daly Cherry-Evans is the captain of Queensland still. Thomas Flegler and Lindsay Collins front row with Ben Hunt at hooker, Gilbert David Fafita in the second row, Patrick Carrigan at lock, Harry Grant, Tino Fasua-Malaawi, Ruben Cotter, Jai Arrow on the bench, with Tom Didden 18th man and Christian Welch 19th man. And before we discuss that, we'll talk about the New South Wales team. James Tedesco, the captain at fullback, Brian To'o and Josh Adokar on the wings, Latrell Mitchell, Tom Trbojevic in the centres, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary halves, Tavita Pangai Jr., that's also another odd one there, with Payne Haas in the front row, Api Coruscant winning over the 9 jersey, Tyson Frizzell, Hudson Young second row, Isaiah Yeo at lock, and Junior Barlaw, Cameron Murray, Liam Martin, Nico Hines on the bench with Stephen Crichton, 18th man, and Stefano Utoikamanu, 19th man from New South Wales. Boys, if you want, I can put up the team list on screen as you're talking about either team. I think we'll start off with Queensland. Any picks, thoughts and changes to the team list that you would have? And any picks that really surprised you as we started off with Faraz before? We'll go back to Lockie. Just let us know your thoughts. Lockie, we're waiting on you, mate.
Oh, I thought you were going for Ez first.
Oh,
Never mind. Hey, boys, I'll take that for the team. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think the only change I would make with this is starting Tino instead of Flegler. I feel like Flegler can make a more impact from the bench, a bit like we saw from Carrigan last year. I just feel like Tino has sort of just fitted that role now of running on. I'll say about another forward for New South Wales as well. But yeah, probably the only change I'll make, Flegler and Tino. But all round, it's a good looking team. The only part that worries me is the back line against New South Wales, but I'm sure the only experienced one there is Holmes. So the young guns are going to have to step up and put it on show who their name actually is for this one.
Very well put. Davos, on to you next. Thoughts, any changes you would make, and any surprise picks for you?
Yeah, well, looking at the team, there's not many surprises, to be fair. I was considering all these players for my predicted Maroons team. I'd have to go with Lockie, though. I would probably swap Tino and Tommy Flegler. I think Flegler is a really good player, and he provides that really good impact, and Tino is just one of the best front rows in the comp, and he sets the tone. But yeah, it's a really, really good team. A few players I'm really happy for. Dave Fafita, great to see him back. Reece Walsh, congratulations. He's had an outstanding season and he's deserved Origin call-up. And the bench is super, super good. And it's a very good team, so I'm very excited.
Very well put again. And last but not least, Faraz, same thing. Any changes you would make? What were your thoughts on the team list and surprise picks?
Yeah, I'm happy with the team fairly, but I'm with Davis and Lockie. I don't have Flegler starting my team, but I also don't have him in my team. The one thing that confuses me is that I would have had Christian Welch instead of Flegler in the team. I'll start Welch at least and put Tino off the bench maybe because Tino brings that impact. Welch is like a grinding starter. But yeah, look, other than that, I can't really complain. Another interesting one is probably Tulagi. I'd probably have Coates there. But yeah, I'm happy with the team either. I think Fafita's earned his way back into the team. Selwyn Cobber was a lock. Reece Walsh, well earned.
Very well put. And I'll quickly touch on this. Reece Walsh was a bit of a surprise pick for me. I don't know. I was expecting to see Callum Pongabear, to be completely honest. But I'm happy for Reece. Being a Broncos fan, I'm really happy for him. He deserves it. He's played great footy this year. Hamisa Tabuai-Fidow, it's been sort of announced during the week that he would be taking that centre spot. I sort of wish Gagai was there, or Hammer on the wing and Gagai that centre. Gagai on the wing even. Hammer stays there. But, I mean, I'm not too picky. He's been good this year, and last time he played centre for Origin, he really did sort of make a big impact. And I think he shut up Turbo that last time he played there. Flegler was also another surprise. I wasn't actually expecting him in the. I expected him in the squad, but I wasn't expecting him in the team at all, or even on the bench. But other than that, it's a really good team. It's sort of what I expected. And Ben Hunt, Harry Grant, they're going to provide that impact that they did last year. Paddy Carrigan keeps the 13, which he deserved to do. And Jai Arrow, as much as I didn't have him in my team list, I'm happy he's there. He can play second row, front row, lock. He's a great sort of forward utility to have on the bench. And Tom Dearden, 18th man, is another great player to have in that sort of situation. But, boys, we'll quickly talk about the debutantes and the recalled players for this team before we sort of just go on our own little talk about the things we want to for Origin. So debutantes for Queensland. Only one debutant, Reece Walsh. Boys, how big of an impact do you see him having in the Origin arena? We'll start off with Lockie again first.
I think he'll definitely impact. He'll show his spark like he always does every week for the Broncos. The only thing that worries me is if there's a break in the line. He's clearly outsized against majority of the back line of the Blues, but you could say the same thing. He versus all these players during the year. This time they're just all together. So he's definitely going to have to stand up. He's going to have to. I know he's used to running off the back of Reynolds and having that kind of control at the back there, but this time he's going to have to sit back and listen to DCE and Munster. This time he can't be doing what he's been doing at the Broncos. He's going to have to change that completely, and there's no better coach to do that than Billy Slater. He's one of the best fullbacks we've ever seen. So this week, Walsh, he's going to have to take a step back, but definitely show his class at the same time. So he's going to have to balance it up.
Very well put. We'll go to Faraz next. Faraz, Reece Walsh, how big of an impact and how excited are you for him? Obviously, I should have asked this to Lockie as well, but being a Broncos fan, do you feel he's deserved the spot he's got?
Well, he's definitely deserved that. But for me, Reece Walsh is the biggest hit and miss in this Origin. If he performs well, I think Queensland win. If he doesn't perform, we know what he can do in defence. He's a bit reliable on defense. He's not really used to making tackles, especially on the likes of Turbo and Latrell Mitchell. But attacking wise, we know what he can do. He has that spark. He can turn the game on his head just like that. But look, I think he's deserved it. I think he's earned it. Look, I'd probably still have Ponga ahead of him, but I do understand they're trying to like take over his fitness and all that. So yeah, look, I think Walsh will have a great game. I think attacking wise, he's got all of that. But like Lockie said, this is not his team. It's not the Broncos. He has senior players like Munster, DC to listen to. So if he can just take out the silly errors, he'll be a threat to watch.
And last but not least, Davos, Reece Walsh. Touch on that.
Yeah, look, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Reece Walsh. He's absolutely deserved his selection. He's been fantastic this season. I'm very happy for him. Look, it's not attacking wise that I'm worried about with Walsh. That I don't feel like I need to touch on because he's fantastic. But defensively is where Walsh will need to step up. He'll need to organise the defensive line really well. And he's going to have to use his voice and talk a lot on the field because he'll need to tell his middles where to go in defense. And it's not an easy position playing fullback as well. You got to organise the defensive line. You got to catch high balls. So it's a big ask for him, but I feel like he's up to the challenge and can't wait to see him play for Queensland for many years to come.
Yep. Awesome. I agree with that. And as for me, Reece Walsh, as I said before, well deserved. I'm not sure if Ponga was fully healthy, obviously, and played more games. You'd think Ponga would definitely have got the jersey. And it doesn't rule out Ponga for the future. I think they'll stick with Reece Walsh this series, as long as he doesn't have a shocker game one. And then they'll sort of weigh up their options next year for Reece Walsh or Kalen Ponga, depending on how Reece Walsh performs this series and depending on how Kalen Ponga is doing at that time. Apparently, Kalen Ponga is going back to fullback this week for Knights. But we'll touch more on that on Wednesday when we do the round review and the round preview. As for New South Wales, 3 debutants for them. Tavita Pangai Jr., Hudson Young, and the long-awaited debut of Nicho Hynes. He should have debuted last year for sure, Nicho Hynes. We'll go to Faraz first this time. Who do you see having the biggest impact of this New South Wales team out of these 3 debutants?
Well, it's an interesting one. TVG and Hynes are making their debut, especially with Hudson Young. All 3 are quality players on day. I think Hudson Young is more reliable. He brings those hard aggression, like running meters. You know, he can catch a high ball. He can score match-winning tries for fun. Look, for me, I'm a big concern with Nicho Hynes. Look, Hynes should have been there for sure, but if you're picking Hynes, don't pick Luai. I don't understand how Hynes is going to swap with Luai. Like, what's the go there? I don't know how Hynes is going to play off the bench. Like, is he going to come on and play center? Is he going to play dummy half? Is he going to what? Like, is he going to just come on and replace Luai and play 2 halves in the halves? Like, if Cleary isn't having a good game, then what does that mean for Hynes? So, look, Hynes should be there, but bring off the bench is a bit confusing for me. TPG, not a bad player, but inconsistent. Like, I don't know how he got the call-up random as. So, look, yeah, I'm a bit concerned with 2 of them, but I think Hudson Young well-deserved.
Very well put. Davis, we'll head to you next. Same question for you. Who do you see having the biggest impact and who you are looking forward to seeing the most?
Oh, well, obviously I'm looking forward to seeing Nicho Hynes the most. He's been one of my favourite players in the league. You can't hate the bloke at all. He's a humble guy and he deserves his call-up. And Hudson Young, he's been absolutely tearing it apart for the Raiders. I feel like he could have been picked last year, but he's been picked now and he deserves it. TPJ, I was not expecting him to get picked at all. Look, he's a good player, but he lets his emotions sometimes get the better of him, and I feel like Queensland will try to target him, and because I know he's a hothead and he could, fall for the bait. But it's 3 debutants that deserve it, but I wasn't expecting the TPJ one.
Well said. And Lachlan, last but not least, same question for you again. Who will have the biggest impact as a debutant?
It depends. You could say Pangai Jr. in this situation because of the offload he has and the impact he can bring. But you probably have to go with the reliable one, which is Hudson Young. I just think if he's up against, I'm not sure if he's on Fafita or Gilbert, but either one, they're only young forwards. Hudson Young's been doing this a while now. For me, he's going to go well in Origin. He's definitely a player we're going to have to watch well because he's good with that short ball. He's good in the air and all that jazz as a back row. But Pangai Jr., I don't know. it's going to be hard. It's pretty obvious who Flegler's going to line up now in Origin, being an ex-teammate and being on the opposite team. But yeah, we'll probably go Hudson Young.
Yeah, I agree. For me personally, I have Hudson Young as sort of the worry debutant for Queensland. I think he's just starting second row as well. I just think you've seen for Raiders, he's pulled out match winners from nowhere, and he's very crafty for a second row. He's got a kick on him. Like you said, he's very good in the air. He has a good dummy, good step as well. Very skillful for a second rower. So Hudson Young's my main worry man. I'm looking forward to seeing how Nico Hines goes. I'm not too sure I agree with him as a bench utility. I get he can play quite a few positions, but at the same time, where is he going to play when he comes on? He's definitely not going to go to fullback for Tedesco. He definitely won't play halfback for Cleary. Only way I can see him coming on is for Luai at 5'8", or possibly somehow going to Locke and Isaiah Yeo going to front row. It's a bit of a messy one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Hines. And Pangai, he's just one of those players who aggression. I feel like he's built for Origin. As much as I don't agree with him being picked, I feel like he'll actually thrive in Origin. Sorry?
Same with Flegler. Like Flegler probably isn't the greatest player, but he's built for Origin, I feel.
Definitely. They're both very aggressive. I think I said to Faraz earlier, I definitely agree with Flegler starting. I feel like he's going to be, if they kick off to his side where he's running the ball, he's going to be running the ball off the back fence. And I don't know. I have a feeling Flegler and Tavita Pangai Jr. both built for Origin. I reckon they'll go at it at some point during the game as well. I won't be surprised if during game one there's a punch-up started by Tavita Pangai and Tom Flegler.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to fight Pangai Jr. He's made his boxing debut, so...
Yeah, I would not either.
I back Tino in to beat him in a boxing fight. So
I'll back TPG, unfortunately. But can I just add on Hudson Young? I know we don't really call forwards match winners, but Hudson Young to me is a match winner. We've seen it so many times. He's pulled one out of the leg.
May I just say, as for forwards who are match winners, there's one guy you're probably forgetting about who is a constant match winner for the Brisbane Broncos, Payne Haas. I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes in Origin as well. He doesn't play the same in a sky blue jersey.
To be fair on Payne, I mean, he's brought that same aggression, but like this year, he just started offloading and all that. So he's developed that. So if he does an Origin, that would be scary.
Yeah, I'm fucking shaking. I do not want to face Payne Haas this season in Origin, but it is what it is, and we'll take it. But we'll go to the recalled players for Queensland. So Hamisa Tabuai-Fidow, his last game was in 2021. Game 3, same for Thomas Flegler. David Fifita, I think his last game was 2019. I'm not too sure. And Christian Welsh, obviously, I think his last game was sometime 2020 last season. Sometime 2021, I think. Last season he was out with that, was it ACL injury?
Yeah.
Was it Achilles?
Achilles, yeah.
Achilles, yeah, sorry. So good to see him back as 19th man. Boys, do you reckon all these players deserve to be recalled to the Queensland squad, especially Hammer, Flegler, and Fifita are all starting. Welsh is 19th man. Do you agree with these picks? Is there anyone you would have picked over them? We'll start off with Davos this time.
Yeah, well, I agree with the Hamiso and Fifita selections. Same with Flegler. Look, Hammer's been absolutely terrific this year for the Dolphins. Wayne Bennett seems to have unlocked his potential, and David Fifita's gone to a whole nother level. He's just upped his work rate, and he's hard to tackle. And I'm so happy that he's been in the he's back in Origin. Thomas Flegler, I didn't have him in my team eventually, but he's deserved his call up, and he's been in the squad. And you're not just in the squad because you're there for a holiday. You're there because you're a good player. Christian Welsh, I'm very happy to see him back. I didn't expect him to get picked, but at least he's in the squad and provide that experience for the young blokes. So yeah, I'm very happy for all four of them.
Awesome. I agree. Now, Lockie, who here obviously do they all deserve the call up to return back to the Origin squad? in your opinion?
No, Dave Fafita doesn't. Easily.
Oh,
Dave Fafita doesn't deserve to be in Origin.
dang. Look at
Tell
that.
me something Dave Fafita's done before round 9.
Someone screenshot.
You're taking the piss.
Duel in orders format. Really?
Tell me something he's done
What?
before round. Tell me something he's done
You're
before
taking
round 9.
the piss. You're taking the full-on piss.
David
here, man.
Fafita.
He's playing
there
80
is no- out of these three players, I don't think there's a player
And
more
you only
deserving
got
of the
to
Origin
got to
call.
look back at that Knights game, even that second half when they were down and out. Like he was the one that kept trying. He scored a match. He scored a try. He was electric in the field. He's defensively gotten better. He's getting the ball more. He's not lazy. He's taking more.
Grass,
Did you see him against the Bulldogs, bro?
Grass.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, go on, Lockie.
tell me in what set of the game Dave Fafita comes in for a run.
He looks for the ball. He looks and
He's
that
looking
leads
for
to
the
try.
Bro, he does not look for the ball.
Did you see him against the Bulldogs on the
He
weekend?
is a Katoni Staggs wannabe.
Oh,
He stands out on his edge and just.
I don't.
Please tell me you're joking. Please
just-
tell me you are joking.
How am I joking?
This is ridiculous.
Look, I can see where Lockie's coming from, but like on current form, you can't leave Fafita out, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Move on to the
That's
next
my
person, and I'm going to get something up to prove my point.
Well,
Fair
I
enough.
want to quickly prove my point. Round 1, David Fafita was in the Fire Siren Team of the Week. Round 6, he was in our Team of the Week. Round, I believe it was 8.
So
he
from
was also
round,
in the Team of the
round
Week.
1, from round 1 to round 6, what happened in those 4 weeks?
I'm not too sure, man.
Exactly
Because-
right. There's
Because-
four rounds of the season he's done nothing.
Who's to
Round
say-
9, he was also Team of the Week. Round 10,
Okay, so
He
round
was
6
also
to round
team of
9,
the
where
week.
was he?
round 11, he was also Team of the Week.
Okay,
I
so we're
believe.
going into round 13, and 7 of those weeks he wasn't in team of the week.
Mate, he's made team of the week 4 times out of 11. That's impressive.
What do you want from him? Do you want him to like freaking score like 50 tries a game or something? Or do you want him to like he's playing well?
I don't want him to score. He's playing well. Yeah, for the last 3 weeks.
I personally don't agree with that.
Look at all these 4 players. Name the top 3 most consistent from this year.
This year, Hammer, Welch, Fafita.
No, Flegler's been more consistent than Fafita.
Welsh has not been more consistent than Fafita. Hammer, Fafita, Flegler, Welsh.
Have you also not just on his attack, but his defense is absolutely amazing as well. Like he's making
bro,
his
Really good tackles.
I
He
don't
does
know.
making-
He does.
Even against
Yeah,
the
he
Broncos,
might make good
averaging
tackles.
170 meters a game.
even
As a
against,
second row, that's fucking insane.
yeah, even against the
92% tackle efficiency,
Broncos.
23 offloads in the 11 games he's played so far, 4 tries, 4 line breaks, 6 line break assists. He's been in a lot for the.
I get it.
Titans.
Last year he was a highlights player, but this year he's done more. His defense has been great on the edge. Attacking wise, he's doing his job.
I guaranteed, Dave Fafita, this Origin series, he will have 4+ tries put on him.
Wouldn't shock
Oh.
me.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I just don't think he. I
Right,
think
the
he's-
man gets so lazy. I can
I
have
will,
every
I will
NRL
need to do a
fan,
bet here.
every NRL fan can come for my throat. I don't give a fuck. He's lazy as shit. I don't care.
You know what? I'm gonna go sort of somewhere near the opposite for you. I'm gonna go. David Fafita will score 3 tries over this Origin series.
If you like, think about the players who he's next to. He's next to either Munster or DCE, and then he's next to
Right.
like if he's next to like
He's
Valentine.
gonna be next to
Holmes.
Munster. Munster is gonna put him through.
And we've already seen what Foreign has done to him in the middle.
Okay. How come he's not in the top 50 for line breaks this year?
Doesn't have to. He's still making
He doesn't have
impact.
to be top 50
He's
for
still-
line break
he's
It's not
involvements.
just
He's already
based
had
off
10.
stats. Like
He's still making impact.
Bro, every
I know
other
it-
back row is in there. Where's Fafita?
And he's still scoring the most flashy tries.
Exactly.
I
I
don't
don't
care. I don't care if a back row scores flashy tries. I don't give a
But
fuck
it-
if their
it-
highlights
He's
reel.
taking more carries in the middle. He's been such
he's
a leader.
taking so many more. Like he's doing the hard work that he didn't
Like, if
do
you told me-
last year.
If you told me last year about Fafita being lazy and not going for the ball, I can 100% agree. But I think this year he's changed his attitude. But that's just my
He's
opinion.
not, he's not in the top 50 for tackle
There's
breaks.
even times where he takes it on like for example he'll do like a
Well,
swing
But
play
even
and he'll
in that sense, like, Kirk Capewell would have been in the top 50 like line breaks and all that, and he does a job for Queensland. Fafita can be that man.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me have a look. I'll see if Capewell's in either of the line breaks or tackle breaks.
Probably would be for Origin. I'm not gonna lie.
No, line breaks. He's had
This isn't for Origin. This is for this season.
Yeah.
line breaks. He's had as much line breaks as David Fafita, and he's had.
Wait,
he's
David
assisted 5. Capewell's assisted 5 less line breaks than Fafita.
No, what's David Fafita's like tackle efficiency? Like what's his
92.2.
92.2. He's
So-
good. He's
on
good
average,
this
he's
season.
like 2-3 tackles. That's probably just like.
Also, everyone's saying Kurt Capewell is shit at tackling. He's tackling at 88% this year.
That's
you can't
good.
ask for
That's
fucking.
good.
I feel like with Kirk Capewell, it's more that like he tackles more, that he misses a few. But like even that Tigers game, he made 46 tackles. I think 30 or something, but he made the most tackles, and no one talked about it.
Well, Lachlan, if you wouldn't have David Fafita in your team, who would you have on that other edge? Because Capewell's shoulder is fucked at the moment, apparently.
I would have Jai Arrow in the back row, and I'd have Christian Welsh. I would have Thomas Flegler on the bench, Tino starting, and then you've got Lindsay Collins there, so I'd keep him there, and then I'd have Christian Welsh over Fafita any day.
You'd play 3 props and a hooker. You reckon that would work?
Look at the New South Wales bench.
Who cares about this?
Their bench has
They have Junior Paula
I
on the
don't
bench.
agree with their bench. They got Junior Barlow. Wait, let me bring up the team again. No, they've got 2 second rowers on the bench. I'm pretty
You need
sure.
a back rower, and Jai
What is
Arrow
that?
can do that
Well,
on the bench.
Cameron Murray, Liam Martin. They have
got
Junior Barlow,
four
Cameron
playing
Murray,
forward
Nico
on the
Hines.
bench. They've got 2 ball playing forwards on the bench. How does that work?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think, honestly, I feel like David Fafita was very deserving of a call-up this year.
This year, for
Very
sure.
deserving.
100%. If you had said last
In
year, I
previous
would've-
years, no.
No, he's been absolutely amazing this year.
Well, you boys even know. I think at
Bro,
one stage we
you
were
cannot say
thinking,
Dave Fafita has been absolutely amazing this year.
He has.
He has been very, very good. Like you boys even know. Early this year, I believe people was
Anyone in the comments, just put hashtag dick sucker, dick riders, dick suckers, whatever you.
Dick Riders, they're literally stats to prove that he's been.
So he's played 11 games, scored 4 tries, had 4 line breaks and 6 line break assists.
Hey,
and you're telling me
that's
that's
good. He's
and you're
not.
telling-
Mate, he's not
But
a
in
half
one-
rower.
In one
You're-
sense, he's
no.
not over the guy.
You're telling me-
who's been the best second rower in the game this year though for you
Yeah,
in the
it has to
comp?
be
in the comp this year so far?
Fafita.
No, it's not Fafita.
Don't think of someone-
Who has been better than Fafita?
Let me have a gaze. Near Cora would be up there.
Oh, over Fafita.
Britton
stop it.
Nakora.
I didn't say over Fafita, did I? I just said he would be up there.
Fair enough.
He's only got 4 tries as well. He's got as much line
Olakau'atu.
breaks and involvements as Fafita.
Olakau'atu's
Olakau'atu's been pretty good, but I feel like he's
He's
I'll
dead for
check
the
his
last one.
stats. Olakau'atu.
Jacob Preston, Hudson Young.
You cannot tell
Hudson-
me
Hudson
David
Young's not been
Preston has
better
been
than
David Fafita.
Preston has been really good, to be fair, but
He's
not
been
over.
really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but Fafita has been terrific.
Olakau'atu has only scored 1 more try than David Fafita and has been involved less than 5 more line breaks. So Fafita's had 5 more line breaks.
If you want to talk
involvements.
about tries as well, bro, look at 2021. He scored like 18 tries as a forward. Like, he's done something
Who?
amazing. Dave Fafita, look at his first season at the Titans. Look how many tries he scored. 17 to 18.
Yeah,
This is
why are you going back years now? We're talking about this year.
Yeah, but I'm saying tries isn't everything, and like he's done it before. He's scored plenty of tries before.
I never said tries or anything. I just said he's lazy in defense, and I said he's going to get scored on. It's simple as that.
I'm not. In my opinion, Hudson Young, Hawaii Olakau'atu, Jacob Preston, they're all not averaging anywhere near 170 meters. They're not involved as much line breaks as David Fafita is, and their tackle efficiency isn't as good as David Fafita is. I don't know. David Fafita, in my opinion, has been the best second rower this year so far.
And mind you, he's third in the comp for offloads. So
yeah,
That's
exactly. As a second rower, that's pretty crazy. That's usually the locks and the front rowers getting those offloads in. He's been putting in the work. I think he's got 24 offloads or something so far.
yeah, 23 offloads.
Can you imagine like Fafita damaging the middles, getting Walsh the ball, getting it to Munster, getting Cobbo and all that involved? That's scary to think what they can do.
And the thing is well, him as a decoy runner as well. Like teams will try to tackle him, but then he's a decoy runner and it'll open up more space.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from the David Fafita talks and the talks about the Queensland players who were recalled. And we'll talk about the New South Wales players. So Latrell Mitchell, Tom Trbojevic, Josh Addo-Carr, and Tyson Frizzell. They are 4 players who were recalled to the squad. Latrell Mitchell and Tom Trbojevic are sort of weird ones because they would have been in the games last year if not for injuries and stuff, but technically they've still been recalled to the squad. Josh Addo-Carr, not sure why he wasn't picked last year, but Freddie made up for it this year. And Tyson Frizzell, he's definitely been deserving of a recall to the squad. Boys, who of these players recalled will have the biggest impact for New South Wales? And which player are you looking forward to seeing most perform in the Origin arena? Faraz, will go to you first, mate.
Yeah, look, all 3 are scary players on their day. We know what Josh Addo-Carr can do in Origin. Look, I think Latrell will have the biggest series this year. I think the man's on a mission to redeem himself. I feel like Latrell will have a big series. I think Josh Addo-Carr on the wing will be brutal. I know a lot of people saying, Campbell Graham deserved it and all that. I understand that. But look at the spine. You're not replacing Toto or Addo-Carr who's been there and done it before. So, look, I think Latrell will have the best series out of them all. And I think Josh Addo-Carr is the one to watch.
Yeah, fair input there. Lachlan, what about you, mate?
Yeah, most impact. I'll probably have to go. To be honest, Tyson Frizzell's in his best form he's been in a very long time. He's built like a brick wall. He's good in defense. He takes the hard runs. If he's on Dave Fafita, there's the 3 tries. Simple as that. So Frizzell, he's probably my man.
Okay. I'm not too sure how a player with 92.2% tackle efficiency is going to get beat 3 times in that series, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
That's for times their whole game is defense. They can't hold the ball.
That's not Fafita's fault.
If the whole game is defense, 92.2% tackle efficiency is him doing a good job then. I'd be willing to put a bet on it of some sort, but we'll move on with this. Davos, last but not least to you. Who has the biggest impact for New South Wales in your opinion?
Look, for me, it would have to be Latrell Mitchell. Look, Latrell Mitchell is the best center in the comp, in my opinion, like when he is playing center. And he's scary. Like in that 2021 series, he was damaging along with Turbo. And same with Tom Trbojevic. He's an absolute freak. I don't know why there were calls for him to be dropped from the New South Wales team. He's an absolute freak, and I'd be scared. If I was Holmes or Hammer, I'd be worried about both these players because they're absolutely freaks. Addo-Carr, it's good to see him back. He's good personality of the game, and Frizzell's deserved this call up. He's been super consistent for the Knights this year, and I think he's been one of their better players.
Yeah, definitely. Tyson Frizzell, big fan of him. He's a great second rower. And he's not getting any younger. He's already up to 31 years of age, Tyson Frizzell. This could be one of his last chances to play Origin, but he's not getting any worse with age. He's still a great player, Tyson Frizzell. But we'll move on. That's all the stuff we've got written down that we've talked about. We'll talk about anything you boys would like to add. I know Faraz usually has quite a bit of questions, so Faraz, go ahead.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
No, all good, man. I was just saying that's all the stuff we have written down. Is there any questions, any other questions you have regarding to Origin that we can talk about?
There was one thing I was going to add. Like, obviously, these players have been recalled, but you know who's someone I'd chuck in as well? I know the Dragons haven't been playing well, but I'll honestly put DeBella in the squad.
I would have had him over Tavita Pangai, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
He's been very good. I mean, obviously Ben Hunt's been their best player, but Jack DeBellin's 100% been their second best player, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. DeBellin, I'm not sure. He's sort of been really good, and it was disappointing to see that he hadn't been chosen for New South Wales. Perez.
Can I just ask you boys, what were your thoughts on Freddie picking Api Coruscant over Damien Cook?
That's
Bold.
a great question.
Bold, but I like it. But look, I don't know if it's about loyalty and all that, but look, Appy, he's capable of doing the job, but I'll have Cook 14. At least Cook 9 and Appy 14, the rotation. But then again, they tried to copy ours and it didn't work for them. So look, it's tough, but Appy can do the job.
I agree, big time. I definitely think after the performance against the Cowboys, Appy warranted being selected for recall to the New South Wales squad, especially after last year. He probably didn't have the series he wanted to. Damien Cook, I think, also probably didn't have the greatest series. So it definitely was between them two. I'm surprised that Cook wasn't in the squad. And I'm not sure why they only released 19-man squads this year. I believe it's usually 22. So I'm not too sure. It was a bit weird. But no, Coruscant absolutely deserves it after his last performance. Lachlan, what about you? Coruscant over Cook, do you agree with it?
Yeah, you probably have to say just. I mean, Coruscant hasn't been great all year. He's definitely had patches where he went quiet. Damien Cook. Damien Cook's hard to judge at the moment because he's got such a good system around him. So he sort of blends in at the moment when he's playing brilliant because he's got the players of Latrell and Cody Walker and that being great around him. So you probably have to go Coruscant just, but don't be surprised if by the end of the series, Damien Cook has played a game.
Yeah. Now, that's everything we have for now. Does anyone else have anything to add?
Who do you think was not like the squad? Like any plays in mind for both sides?
Unlucky to not make the squad?
Yeah, that you thought that had a decent crack.
Campbell Graham, he made the original New South Wales squad.
Right, how did Campbell Graham not get picked?
He's injured apparently.
He did get picked. He got a sternum injury.
But even then, when he first got picked, it was as 18th man. So I'm not too sure.
You know, someone I'd really love to have seen in the squad, at least Moe Fodawaker from the Titans.
That is
Fodawaker
so
definitely deserved he deserved.
Moe.
That's honestly something I forgot I was going to talk about. I reckon over Christian Welsh, Fodawaker should have been there.
Don't
I know
forget, Moe got smacked. He was the best middle as well.
Yeah, that year we got absolutely smashed. He was definitely our best player, Fodawaker. He's been unlucky to not get another shot.
He's been one of the Titans' best players. Can I just also add? Look, I know he's probably not going to get selected, and I think Faraz might know who I'm going to think about. But he's from the Rabbitohs, and look, he's been their best player this year by far. Cody Walker. I mean, the bloke is so unlucky that, like, obviously I understand why they've gone with Luai and Cleary, but Cody Walker has been terrific this year.
I feel
Easily South's best.
Why don't I go with Cody Walker? Is that they've already tried it, I think, and he's 30 years of age. Like, easily in form, he should be there. But I feel like because he's already been tried in his age and all that, they want to look to the future. So maybe that's why they don't want to pick him.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. For me, probably the player most unlucky to miss out, I think, and this is not so much based on their form this year. It's based on what he did in Game 3 last year and injuries. Corey Oates, for me, was really unlucky. I just think, Corey Horsburgh as well. That's a great pick, LD Productions.
Jermaine Hopgood.
And Jermaine Hopgood. Yeah, Hopgood was also very unlucky to miss out. I'm not sure. There's a lot of players unlucky to miss out. I think if it was
I know he's probably not unlucky, but someone who's I think he's been really good for the Dragons this year, Jaden Sewer, maybe.
Yeah. What about Ryan Madison? Or is he injured at the moment?
I thought he was injured. I'm not too sure. I thought he was injured, but even then, I'm not too sure if he's the most unlucky man on the planet to miss out. But I mean, he has been playing some pretty good footy. No, he did play 36 minutes for the Eels against the Rabbitohs, so maybe he's not injured. But I'm not too sure. yeah, Corey Horsburgh, Jermaine Hopgood, Corey Oates with injuries, definitely all were unlucky to miss out. Lachlan, what about you? Who's your unlucky player to miss out?
Probably Jared Hayne, to be honest. I thought he's been at his very best this year.
I would have gone Paul Kent, to be honest.
Yeah, either of them. They're good options. We know Paul Kent will always come down swinging, so that's always good.
What about Buzz Rothfield?
What about Ben Barber?
Okay.
What about Todd Carney? Haven't we just pissing ourselves, boys? Let's go.
But no,
Mitchell Pearce. Who let the dogs out? Right?
Okay. No, that's a bit too far. That's a little bit too far.
It's on the internet. Search it up. Mitchell Pearce.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
If Mitchell Pearce ever signs with the Bulldogs, I'm gonna fucking.
Piss on the doggy.
Here, doggy.
No, anything else to add, boys, or are we just about done here?
No, I think that's it. I can't really think of anyone else. Maybe Joel Hengawi, but
yeah, he's been pretty good this year.
Who's gonna have a breakout series? You reckon? Who's gonna have a breakout series, like man of the series?
Breakout series. This will be the
I
last one.
know Lockie's not going to like who I'm going to say. So.
I'm gonna
Yes, it's David Fafita. I'm saying David Fafita.
I'm gonna
You lot, bro.
David Fafita, or I'm going to call it. No, I'm not saying Lindsay Collins. I'm saying Hammer.
Thomas Flegler.
Oh, Hammer or David Fafita.
I'm going Reese boy.
You're such a dick rider, bro.
Who,
I
me?
can't go past Reece Walsh, but I'm going to do one for each. I'm actually going to go Reece Walsh for Queensland. For New South Wales, this is a bit of a weird one. I'm going to go Tavita Pangai. I reckon he's going to have a pretty good series. I feel like he's what Origin is made for. Like I said, same with Flegler. So I feel like Flegler, Walsh, and Tavita Pangai are all going to have great series.
Pat Carrigan will get player of the series.
I reckon
2 times in a row.
I reckon New South. I reckon for New South Haas.
Haas
To be honest, Pat Carrigan is the most informed player other than Haas in this series.
Yeah, you could say so.
Yeah, I agree with that. Other than Fafita.
Lockie, what would you do if David Fafita won player of the series?
Imagine he's got a hat trick.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What I would do?
Okay,
It won't ever happen. So why would I do anything?
Why are you not happy for him?
Like, bro, he's been so good.
I'm happy for him, but there's other. No, he should be there.
Lockie's going to do something if David Fafita wins player of the series.
Mate, you hate him more than Tom Flegler.
If David Fafita wins player of the series, I'll give all you blokes $25 each.
Oh,
Fair.
deal.
Yeah,
I'm taking that right now.
I'm taking that.
I will take that right now. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not sure why I wouldn't take. There's nothing bad for us coming from it. Faraz, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, I'm not going to put money on it, but Fafita won't play all 3 games.
Fair enough, I guess.
He'll be dropped, guaranteed.
That's fair, I guess.
Okay, someone remind me. I'm just going to quickly look at the time here. So I'm going to quickly screen record it after we're done. And then when it comes to the time Origin's done, when Fafita wins player of the series and plays all 3 games, Lachlan will have to eat his own words.
Lockie, first time you've been wrong on this
If Blues win the series, can a Queensland player win it or not? Does it have to go to the winning team?
No, I think a Queensland player. Oh, I mean,
to be fair, Tedesco could have won it last year. I mean, he was good all 3 games.
Ponga should. I feel like Ponga should have won it. To be fair, as much as I love Paddy,
I reckon good on Dozer. Dozer ran the length of Lane Park, mate.
But that should just about do us here. I'll hand it over to Lockie and he'll end us off tonight.
It is time to go, lads. It's time to go flog Noah's ass in FIFA 23. So we'll see you in the next episode. No, don't pull that face, bruv. Don't tell them what happened last night, okay?
Oh, you mean when you quit? You quit when I was 3-2 up?
Boys, we'll just put it this way. He got Paul Kented by me, so don't even worry. He got slapped up. But it's been us once again at the Final Sign Podcast. Follow the Instagram at the Final Sign Podcast where you see we go live and we do weekly posts of power rankings, the ladder, our top 3 votes because we're doing a Final Sign podcast medal. Faraz looks like he's in a cell with Jared Hayne, but we will wrap it up there. Subscribe to this channel as well, the Final Sign podcast. You'll see when we go live, but you'll see on the Instagram what times and what we're posting. David Fafita is a one-game wonder, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, lads.
Yes! Bye-bye, everybody, shut up! Glory, glory, South Sydney! South Sydney!